Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Please let me know if you can hear me. This is a very beautiful session today, and we have special guests in our midst. So let me know if you can hear me very clearly, please. If you can hear me, I would love to know. Please just indicate that you can hear me. Let's quickly do a welcoming before our guests will join us. Our guests are going to be joining us very, very quickly. Please, can you just indicate if you can hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Clear. Okay, clear. Emma Salem, you are welcome. Thank you so much. Please, our guests will be joining us very soon. But before they join us, I would like you guys to do me a favor. Can you share this? Can you just share this so that people can actually be on ground before I bring in our guest? One of our guests is already in the room, waiting room, so the guest will soon come. I love to give you guys very interesting content, okay? And I just thought that, look, we need to be doing something that is very interactive, okay, on these live streams. So today is going to be one of those interactive ones. I hope you guys are happy. I can see one of our guests is already in the room waiting. So people coming, let us see this live stream coming up. Maybe some of you have friends that are actually considering coming to Malaysia to study. You can share this video with them because this is like hearing from the horse's mouth directly, guys. So I would love to hear from you guys. Please, please, please. Just let me know. You're hearing me clear, right? Okay. Please share this live stream. I really appreciate if you guys share this live stream. Thank you very much. Please, can you share the live stream? Today, from the title, you have already seen what we are looking at. We're looking at a very, very interesting topic. Why choose Malaysia? So those guys you saw on the thumbnail, they are going to be telling you why they choose Malaysia. I'm going to be asking them some very interactive questions. And if you have questions for them also, feel free to comment down in the comment section of this live stream, okay? Comment down below, and they are going to actually respond to you guys, okay? So it's going to be interesting. I'm just waiting for people to join. I can see we are 11 here now. Can we make this up to at least 20 people before we start? Oh, I can see Sapudin Uchicha. You are welcome. Sapudin, where are you watching from? I can see AL. Okay, it's loud and clear. Jerry Maduka, watching from Klang, Malaysia. Wow, amazing. You are all beautifully welcome. Thank you so much for coming to Explore with Bolu today. I'm your host today, Bolu, as many of you already know, and it's going to be an interesting one today. Please make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, and share this live stream with your family, with your friends, with everybody. I will be so happy to actually see you sharing. So Sakovic dying. Good evening, Sakovic. Where are you watching from? Let me know where you are watching from. Thank you very much. Where are you watching me from? Thank you very much. Okay, I can see your chat clear and amazing now. So yes, we are about starting. I would like to invite my guests into the room now. By the way, is the video clear? Good evening, Dying. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. So let us also know your own thoughts in the comment section below, okay, with regards to Malaysia. If you are international, why did you choose Malaysia, okay? Why did you choose Malaysia as your country of choice, okay, for your further studies, or maybe you are here to work or something? I can see Ahmad Salem. Good evening, Malaysia, watching from Dubai. Thank you so much, Ahmad Salem. You are welcome. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. This is just the introduction. Let's introduce ourselves. Please let me know where you are watching from, and I will be so pleased to actually welcome you to this live show. Please, let's keep coming in. Let's keep hitting the like button. Hit the like button, guys. Hit it very hard. And share this video, guys. Share. We're about to start. I'm waiting for the other guests to join so that we can start the event very clear. Okay, so if you have questions for them, be asking. Okay, start asking your questions so that I can read the questions from the chat once the visitors join this live stream. And if this event is very successful today, then we are going to be doing more of these on our Saturday live shows. Okay, and gradually we are going to be improving. Okay, let me play something from the screen while we wait for more people. Let me quickly communicate with one of our guests. Okay, so you guys, you let me know how you like this the stream today. If it's quite interesting for you, let me know so I can actually. Okay, Oh, yes. I want to see if I can actually share together with what I have here. Okay, I can see one of the guests is here, Mr. Bryce. Mr. Bryce, can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Okay, let me share. Let me try to share something. I am a millionaire. Jayap, how are you? Okay, let me try to share something so we just see. I'm actually sorry. No copyright song. What is the Malaysia song you guys love so much? You love Malaysia. You love the color of Malaysia. Can somebody give me the title of that Malaysia song? You love the colors of Malaysia. Who knows that song? Please give me the title. I want to play that song. It's really, really, really very interesting. I love that song so much. Unfortunately, I cannot see. Can somebody give me the title? Gimbaksa said, Ayo, Ayo, how are you? Who knows the title of this song? You love the colors of Malaysia. You love the colors of Malaysia. Do you know it? Please give me, guys. I want to play that song. Oh, who knows that song, please? Can you tell me the title of the song? Can somebody tell me the title of the song, guys? Malaysia, like you love the colors of Malaysia. Can somebody tell me the title of that song? Do you know the song? Why did I forget the song, guys? Can somebody help me? Help me, please. Okay, nobody is ready to give me that song. Ayo. Who wants to give me the song? I think nobody is here. Nobody is ready to give me the song. Okay. If it's so, then I think we're just going to start, guys. Okay, you love the colors of Malaysia song. Okay, let's see. Do you guys know the song? Let me play something from here so you can see the screen. Okay. Okay. The essence of Asia. Yes, yes, yes. I think you are right. The essence of Asia. Yeah, the essence of Asia. Let me see. Is it the title? The title of the song is The Essence of Asia. Okay, let's play this one and let's see. Can you guys hear? Can you hear the audio? Fortunately, me, I cannot hear. Can you hear the song? Is anything sounding? Please let me know if you are hearing the song. Can you hear the song? Can you guys hear the song? Are you hearing the song, guys? Okay, so is it clear? Is it loud?
This is Malaysia.
You enjoy what you're seeing,
man. Don't call us Indian
now. Today is gonna be an interesting one, so just stay tuned and relax.
We are Malaysian. Look at what's happening.
So let me see myself from here. Please hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
Malaysia. Don't think I'm leaving now.
Hit the like button.
Papers we're reading now. Yeah, this is Malaysia.
Okay. This one, oh, I never knew that Malaysians actually have this kind of what do you call it? This kind of singing. Oh, so Malaysians also love to sing like this. Malaysia truly Asia, right? Okay. Okay, let's check. This is very funny.
No. This is Malaysia. Look at you slipping now. Look at you hating now. Look how we going now. We are Malaysia. Don't fight already now. Respect all the women now.
If you want me to react to that song, please let me know. I'm going to react to the song. Malaysia, okay, I've seen the song, guys. I've seen the song. I love this song so much. Okay, but I think they have an updated one. This one is 10 years ago. I think there's an updated one. Okay, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me very well? Okay, so let's play this, my favorite. Can you hear me very well? Okay, so let's play this, my favorite. Okay, so let's play this, my favorite. Okay, it's loading now. Asaya Asam Laksa Roti Chana. Asaya Asam Laksa Roti Chana. Okay. I think this is the song, right? You guys, I'm hearing different noises. Can we just stop this thing? You guys, I'm hearing different noises. Can we just stop this thing? Oh. Oh, I think I know why it's sounding like this, because of the visitors. Where is the strange noise coming from? I think I know why it's sounding like this, because of the visitors. Where is the strange noise coming from? Okay. Sorry, I don't know what is happening right now. I'm trying to... Let me mute myself. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, so let's start. No sound. What of now? Okay. I don't know where the other sound is coming from. Okay, so I'm going to invite a guest now. Let me invite a guest. Is the audio better now, guys? Is the audio okay? So we have Mr. Bryce. Mr. Bryce, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, unfortunately, I cannot hear from my earpiece. I don't know why.
Yeah, I do get you. I can hear you 5 on 5. And what about you? Can you hear me? You get me?
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me see how to fix this. Okay, Mr. First one, our second guest. Let me quickly test something. Oh. Okay, sorry. I cannot actually hear you people clearly from my this thing. Just give me 1 minute so that we can be able to communicate. Sorry. In the next stream, I think we're not going to have this challenge. I think Okay, let me see if it's going to work now. Can you hear me? Can you speak, Mr. Bryce?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. What about you? You get me? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can't hear you very well, but it's okay. I will use my backup here to hear you. The earpiece is not giving me it's not allowing me to hear you clearly, but it's okay. Let me change to my normal earpiece. Let me see. All right. Hello, Mr. Bryce. Can you speak now?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now
Very
can
clear.
you get me?
Very good, very good. All right.
Okay,
You are all welcome. Thank you so much. Can everybody also hear? Yes, sir. Okay. I think the Bluetooth earpiece was trying to misbehave.
Yeah,
Yes. So now I think it's getting better. Our other guest is not here. I'm waiting for the other guest. Mr. First One, can you join? Mr. First One, can you join the link? Let me ask for the other guest to come. Mr. First One. Prof, we are waiting for you. Mr. First One is not here yet. Let's just give him 1 minute to join us, please. Thank you very much. Okay, I think everybody is hearing me now, right? Please hit the like button. Okay, we have some great people in our midst. I can see Cheesy Empire is here. You guys can check her out, please. She's a YouTuber, new YouTuber in Malaysia, and she's from Africa, okay? I know you guys like the African people very well, and you have been following this channel. Thank you so much. Please check her out. Thank you so much. Check her out. Subscribe to her channel. She does videos about Malaysia, also her experience here. Please check her out. Thank you very much. Okay. Emma said nothing is better than the cable. Yes, so see now I was trying to use this thing. You know, I bought this thing almost 50 something ringgit. This one. Now it's not doing well in the live stream, but this earpiece is so clean and clear. Thank God I bought 2 of them. I bought this one also today because the other one, the other wire one was already damaged. It refused to work again. So I said, let me invest. You know, I have mics already, but because I'm doing a kind of, we're going to be communicating together, you understand? So I felt I needed to, you know, use this, the earphones today. Muna is here. Hi, Muna, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. First One, I think he's here already, so let me add him. Oh, great. Yeah. Let's put hands together. Mr. First One is here. Mr. Kenneth Adventure, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. Mr. First One is finally here. We really appreciate your presence. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, Brian is actually the pods. Yes, this one. It's working normally, but I think I didn't set it well now. It's refusing to sound at all, even for the music. I later tested. Anyways, thank you very much. Not to waste time. Once again, I welcome every one of you to this special stream today. It's my pleasure to invite you guys here, and I can see all of you are here. More people are going to join as we start discussing today. But I would like to just give a brief of what we are discussing about. Today, we are going to be talking about Malaysia. Okay, as you can see from the title, we have why Malaysia. Okay, why did you choose Malaysia as an international student, and why should you choose Malaysia as an international student prospect trying to come to this very beautiful country called Malaysia? I believe it's going to be interesting. I have a lot of messages, especially on Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and even my emails, you know, of people that want to come to Malaysia and all that. And I'm even thinking, are you sure I'm not going to start something and start charging people? so because a lot of people, you know, and it's not easy to really respond to all of them. But yeah, today you are going to get answers to many of your questions. I have a singular honor to introduce to the podium 2 great men in our midst. And maybe you are thinking that we are exactly same. As you can see, maybe we look alike, but we are from Africa, yes, but different countries. Can you guess the countries where my guests are from, please put it down in the comment section below. Yes, Malaysia is truly Asia. I can see your chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, our other guest has gone, but we're going to start with our distinguished scholar here. I don't know whether I should call him barista or professor. Okay, let me call him barista because he is a man of the law. So I welcome you very much to this event. Barista Amanda, thank you very much. You're going to give us your full introduction, your name, and everything once we start. Okay. So okay. And then where your country, where you're watching, where is your country of origin? Okay, just for introduction at the first. Okay, so I hand over the mic to Barista Amanda. Thank you very much. The third person will soon join. Don't worry, the third person will soon join. So the podium is yours, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Just introduction. Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to be part of this, formal conversation where we are going to learn from each other. So, as a matter of fact, I'm from Cameroon, and my name is Iton Amambright.
Wow.
Actually, I completed my master degree, Master of Law,
wow,
in UM. And
wow,
so
that's so great.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So basically, that is what I can say as far as the introduction is concerned.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. So all the way from Cameroon, you came to Malaysia. We are really interested to know why you're actually in Malaysia. But before that, let me give the mic to Senior Professor Emmanuel Olawale is here with us. First one, you please take over the podium, sir. Let us know your name. I already told them your name, but from you, I think it will be very absolute. And then your country and everything. Please, over to you. We can't hear you, sir.
Yeah,
Professor.
We can get you.
Can you just use your normal earpiece? It seems this big one is giving a challenge. We can't hear you. Can you guys hear him?
No. Neither do I.
We can't hear you. Just use your normal earpiece or use your No. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. Can you just use the normal earpiece? Use the normal earphone. We can't hear you.
Use the normal earphone. Try use this. No. Try this. No, we can get you.
Okay, we are having some technical issues with Professor Olawale. Oh, you are mute. That's why. You are mute. Can you unmute your mic?
You are mute.
Yeah. Now you're okay. Can you speak now? Professor?
No, we still can't get you, unfortunately.
It's very low. Your voice is very low. Okay. Just maybe try to fix it. We will start so that we don't keep the viewers waiting. We can't hear you at all.
Maybe I think you should try to text him.
Texting him. Use your phone. Just connect with your phone and use your normal audio. Don't use the laptop.
You're mute. Unmute yourself. You're mute. Unmute.
Wow, this is actually.
Okay, try.
Maybe try to fix it. Yeah.
But can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay. Thank you very much. We can hear you now. So can you introduce yourself, please? We can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to welcome all of you to this special occasion. Yeah,
Thank you.
this evening, at least to discuss one or two things with you guys. My name
Okay.
is Wale Pastor. I'm from Africa.
Okay.
I'm an international student here in Malaysia, University of Malaya, to be precise. So I'm doing my PhD program here. Precisely, I'm from Nigeria. So, hi.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I'll be asking you guys questions with regards to your reason why you choose Malaysia for studies. There are many countries, okay? There we have UK, we have US, we have Canada, we have Australia, we have all these big countries. I think from my experience with African people, most of them love to go to all these countries to study. So why Malaysia? I think that's the first question. While you are telling us about why Malaysia, I want you to also explain to us, how you came to know about Malaysia in the first instance. So I will start with Mr. Bryce.
Okay, thank you so much more. Okay, briefly, the questions. Why Malaysia?
Yes.
I think to be straightforward, I would say that Malaysia is offering, a lifetime opportunity when it comes to, low cost living, when it comes to affordable, tuition fees for international students. But most importantly, I do believe that the reason why I chose Malaysia is that actually, when we look at the economic perspective, Malaysia is an upper income countries now, which is aiming to become a higher income country by 2030.
Wow.
So I wanted to be part of a country or to study in a country where people are committed, where people are dedicated to change their living and working condition through education. And when I was doing my research before coming to Malaysia, I noticed that the faculty of law in Malaysia is endowed with, renown and expert when it comes to legal education.
Wow.
So briefly, that is what I can say so far. But I would like to add something very important. Life is a journey, not a destination. So the most important thing for me coming in Malaysia was, to go through the process.
Wow.
You understand? It's very important.
Yes.
When you undergo the process, you can make a lot of significant changes in your life. So the process is most important than the success, because at times people feel that everything or anything you want to do in your life, you must always look at the success or the destinations. But the most important thing is to undergo the journey, the process. So that is what I'm undergoing in Malaysia.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, I had to mute so that it can be clear. Guys, is the audio clearer now? When we mute the other person's mic, is the audio clearer? Because some people are complaining of audio. Okay, it's clearer. Okay, okay. So thank you very much, Mr. Bryce. That was very great. And I learned a lot from what you just said now with regards to why you choose Malaysia. So you want to be in a country that is actually growing economically. Am I right? Is that your point?
Yeah. Economically, and also to learn from their economic perspective and specifically the legal perspective, because we must be aware of the fact that there is no freedom outside of the law. So it is very important for people to be law-abiding citizens. People should be able, to grab and to understand the legal system in which they are living. Because if you don't master, the legal context in which you're living, you end up in mess or having problems. So that is why it's very important when you look at Malaysia today, what makes Malaysia to be not only a strong, but also a very devoted countries that want to involve is that the legal system is well shaped and structured in such a way that when you look at how laws underpin the economic policy, then you understand the necessity of legal education. So, and when I look at the Malaysian legal system, even though there's still a lot of challenges, but when it comes to strength, I think it is worth being here to learn law. Yeah.
Let's put hands together for our barrister. It's not easy. Wow, wow, wow. That's so amazing. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution with regards to why you have chosen Malaysia. So please, you guys should feel free to ask questions in the comment section for the guests today. They are ready to answer you guys. And I will take some comments from the chat before we continue. So because I know that we have different people here, people from different parts of the world that are also watching this video. I think somebody here is saying, Ahmad Salam. Salem, I think Ahmad is in Dubai currently, right? He said, yes, I was in Malaysia for 7 months. Wow. So what was your experience living in Malaysia? You can also give us in the comment section below. I am from Yemen, living in Dubai. Okay. That's very great. 7 years. That is a very long. Is it 7 years or 7 months? 7 months. That's quite a long time to really have some enjoyment in the country. Okay, you are exploring the country. Wow, that's very nice. Give us more information in the comment section. If you have questions, please, for the guests, please ask, and I will read it out for you guys. Okay. Our third speaker is really having challenges. He has gone off again, so let's hope he comes back. Anyways, before he joins back, so I will just ask Mr. Bryce the second question as we proceed. Sorry, guys. The next one, I hope it's going to be far better than this. Anyways, so the next question is with regards to your study in Malaysia. Okay, now you have told us why you choose Malaysia and all that, but with regards to study so far, can you tell us your level of study and how far you have gone so far? Then after that, then you tell us why are you choosing Malaysia for study? You know, what have you really gained? What are your experiences in Malaysia? What was your first experience, okay, with reaction to the educational system in Malaysia? Did you attend classes? Did you attend coursework and all that? We need to know these facts, and then let's hear your experience. Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay. Okay, thank you. These are very relevant questions, I have to admit. First of all, if I have, maybe I have to repeat myself once more. I think that the reason why I chose deliberately Malaysia was because of the cost of living, the diversity of culture, traditions, and food, and even the weather, is very welcoming. And most importantly, we can also look at the nature of the government, which for me, compared to African government, is very advanced and even democratic. Because we can even witness that with the most recent resignations of the Malaysian Prime Minister, Muhyiddin Yassin, who recently resigned on August 16. So this is because of a political crisis, but which simply shows that people are accountable. People are reasonable when they know that they cannot fulfill a specific task when it comes to politics. They are capable of resigning and say, okay, this is, beyond me. Then somebody else can take over. And I think we as African, we should be able to learn that from them. So the reason why I chose law is that people should be aware of the ideas and conceptions that, the knowledge of the law will set us free. Because it's like in John 8, chapter 32, where it is clearly written that the the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But I think that you shall know the law, and the law shall set you free. Because everything we are doing 24/7, any activity that we are carrying out, we are doing or performing at least 39% of legal interactions and contract. When you pay something online, you understand, you're doing you're on a contractual basis, which implies the interventions and enforcement of the law. So that is why I chose law, and that is why I also encourage and motivate other Africans, no matter your field of study, no matter whatever you're doing, or even those who are listening to us right now, you understand, people should be motivated to know their right and to know their duties. And they must be committed not only to claim them, to defend them, but also people should be aware of the fact that the law does not protect them. It is over to them to protect the law. Because if you don't take a stand whenever you're hurt, then your right will not be defended. So it is very important for people to have that legal educations, whether you're studying geography, history, I don't know, no matter the field of study, you should have at least some basic knowledge of the law so that you can defend yourself at any situation. It's like in Malaysia, if I have to talk about maybe work for international students, many international students don't know that they can work in Malaysia. But now, what are the conditions as a student? They can only work at part-time student for 20 hours per week, and and more importantly, they must be aware of the fact that they must have a valid pass or student visa. Their student must be valid, and they can only do jobs like work in a restaurant, hotel, or a mini market. So, which is very important to always remain within the framework of the law. Because if you do something which is not according to the law, you lose your freedom. It's something quite obvious. You lose your freedom. And that is why it is very important, like it is said in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, that my people perish, my people are ruined because of lack of knowledge. So the lack of knowledge here is not only knowledge that you will acquire in computer science, that you will acquire in geography, in history. You must master the law, because the law regulates every activity, almost every activity you're doing within a society. So we must be law-abiding citizens, and that is why I made up my mind to come in Malaysia and study law. And I also came here because when I look at the environment, to be honest, Malaysia is a very is among I would say the world's most outstanding tourist destinations. When we look at Malaysia today, almost everybody is delighted, committed, and would like to come to Malaysia. But what is very important, what I would advise maybe those who are interested in coming to Malaysia, is that the first thing they must try to do is to abide by the law. Because what may constitute a criminal prosecution in Malaysia might not necessarily be an offense in their country. For instance, in Indonesia, it is forbidden for somebody to masturbate. Masturbation is an offense. So you see, it's like in Malaysia, it's also an offense to find yourself in a room with a Muslim girl. It's very, the Sharia court can intervene. So it's very important for people to be aware of laws, to be aware of rules, because they enable us to be free.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bryce. I can see that the barrister nature in you is coming out greatly. You guys, he's a barrister, so when you see barristers speaking, they are different from us as normal academics, Thank you very much. That was a very comprehensive introduction. And you even gave us some additional advices. I think this stream is going to be very interesting, but it's good to know the law, because, guys, when you don't know the law, you just go and do something, you say, they say everything is okay, the country is great and all that. But by the time you don't know the law and then you go out of the law, definitely the law will not smile with you again. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Please hold on. Let us hear from Professor Lawale. We have heard from Barrister now, so let us hear from the professor. Thank you very much, Professor. You can see that the barrister is really taking a very great, lead.
Can you hear me now?
Over to you, sir. Yes, so you tell us about your. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. You will tell us about. You introduce yourself. Why you choose Malaysia? What are your criteria for choosing? How did you even know about Malaysia? What are your criteria for choosing Malaysia? We'd love to know that. Okay, and then you just tell us your little experience so far with regards to studying in Malaysia before we go back to Mr. Bryce. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please comment down below. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Ask your questions. They're ready to answer you. Over to you, Professor Lawale. And let us know what you are studying, sir. You're welcome.
My good brother.
Okay.
First and foremost, I want to apologize for the technical problems fixed the other time. No, it was not an intentional. So I have some new device, and I believe that thing should work. Oh, I'm surprised that I'm experiencing the repeated episode of no, that was last time I did one online interview too. So I am very sorry about that. I will put myself into order next time. Then also I want to quickly correct Dick's professor. I'm not a professor, so I am just doing my PhD. So yes, but yeah. So I am a minister, so I'm still doing my PhD. I'm just coming in for my PhD. So thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
My brother, Bright. Though I'm not expecting lesser than that. He's a very good friend, and I want you to agree with me that at least he's a brilliant lawyer. Please keep it up, brother. So then, also, my name is Pastor Emmanuel Lawale. I'm from Nigeria. I'm here in Malaysia for a PhD program in Peace and Conflict Study. Yeah, Peace and Conflict Study, Department of International and Strategic Study. Malaysia is a great country. I got to know Malaysia a few years ago, though I do hear of the name Malaysia, but I don't really know much about them. No, and it was a time I started preparing for my PhD program, international PhD program. So I was trying to scan through the university around the world, and even in Africa. So I've been on this thing almost 2 years, and someone just told me, why all of your friends are presumed? Why what is happening to you? Even I applied to one of the popular universities in Africa. So I was still waiting almost a year. So that person just told me, what are you doing? All of your friends are presumed. I said, where? In Malaysia. What is Malaysia? I just immediately try to scan and see what is Malaysia.
Wow.
It's an Asian educational hub, honestly. No, the problem we have mostly is that, most especially when we are, trying to go for international study, most of us believe in UK, Europe, and America. I want to tell you, my story changed when I get to Malaysia. Honestly, Malaysia is one of the best. And let me shock you, bro. And when I started trying to compare, I realized that the school I am presently, University of Malaya, is a world-class university. I just got to imagine how a university from Malaysia could be ranked among the best 50 all over the world, far beyond any of the best universities in Africa. Wow, I now realize that, wow, this is beautiful. And now I prefer to come to Malaysia. And another thing is that immediately I applied, I want to tell you, within a month, I received my admission letter. This is to tell you that these people are very friendly, with international students. I told you I've been applying for admission some areas, some countries in the Europe, even in Africa. I want to tell you within a month, I received my admission letter in Malaysia. And not surprisingly, And there's another thing about Malaysia. When you gain admission, you have to pass through a body called AMGS. This is another superb body in Malaysia that in charge of international students. I want to tell you that my experience with them is marvelous. It's beautiful. And today, when I get to Malaysia, I saw a lot of differences. I want to tell you, Malaysia is a beautiful city. In fact, more than any other city in Africa. Yeah, I want to tell you, though maybe one day I will be in Canada and compare, but I want to tell you today that Malaysia is one of the best city I've ever seen since I've been traveling. Yeah, that is one of the those are my observation about Malaysia. Then also, it is not only that. Malaysia is also a tourist destination.
Sorry, I think our professors had a network glitch. So I can see that he has moved out, but hopefully he's going to be able to join back as soon as possible. Anyways, I'm enjoying the conversation. I hope this network will not misbehave. Are you guys enjoying the conversation? Let me know in the comment section below, please. Okay.
So,
Okay, he's back. Okay.
When I get to Malaysia, one of the first thing I discover is Malaysia is a multi-ethnic country. And what is the meaning of multi-ethnic conflict? It means we have different race, different culture, different language, and even different religion. Okay, like even many other countries in Africa that have been engulfed with a lot of conflicts. So now I now realize how these people are living in peace, in harmony. How is it? How are they doing this? And you realize that everybody is doing his business without any rigor, without any crisis. You can't even know, you can't even identify this one belong to this. They are all living in harmony. Okay, that's another thing I observe immediately I get to Malaysia. And as I mentioned the other time, Malaysia is a modern city of a conventional, shopping mall. In fact, I am very sure. I'm very sure in a few years' time, Malaysia is going to take over from Dubai. If care is not taken, yeah, you will see beautiful malls, you see beautiful stores. You will be imagine. I was talking with someone last week. I told them from Nigeria. I told that person, if you get to Malaysia, you will not imagine what you are seeing. In fact, we are still living. Most of African countries are still living in yesterday. Malaysia has gone. I want them to come to Malaysia and learn in new things. I want them to come and tell us how they are able to metamorphosize, how to be able to move, turn everything around. Honestly, yeah. I remember because this Malaysia we are talking about were almost of the same level with most of African countries. Yeah, I don't want to mention. Most of Africa, they are of the same level in 1960s, in 60s, 50s, 70s. But I want to tell you, that today I want to believe that they will be ranked among the best. Yeah, among they are no more in the third country, not to stand. So now, another thing is now choosing Malaysia for my study. So I'm here for peace and conflict study. And one of the reasons of choosing Malaysia is Malaysia is culture and system all it looks let me say similar to my country. Okay, it's similar. And when I say similar, so it means we are similar in religion, in some culture, because my country also is multicultural. Okay, now how is these people doing their own? Okay, how are they living in peace and harmony? Okay, and choosing Malaysia for my program is the best, because the experience we gather from here will be useful, to share some things, from my country. Also, I want to buttress what Dr. Bryce said, my friend, Dr. Bryce. He said, law, good. Do you know why we must follow law? Do you know why we must maintain law? Law is being created in order to ensure there is peace coexistence. There is peace. So you want they tell you this is wrong, this is right. Why? Because we want to be living in peace and harmony. And I want to tell you, one of Malaysia is one of the most country that obey law. In fact, I picked that one from them. Maybe that is one of the problems maybe that is one of the problem in most of the African countries. Law should be paramount. Sure, law should be greater than anybody. Okay. Now that is one of the things I realize here. If I can't imagine a prime minister resigning by himself, it cannot happen in Africa. No, the life presidency syndrome is in Africa. That's one of the problems we are. In fact, so it's a great challenge. So it means it's a developed nation. Honestly, the simple answer to that is they are a developed country. It cannot be mention it apart from South Africa that happened before. Mention it any other African country. It cannot happen. So we need to learn that. Okay. So it means the rule of law should be supreme. The supremacy of it should be above anybody, even presidents. Okay. Now that is why they are moving. I picked that one from there. When the law is there will be harmony. There will be peace and coexistence. Peaceful coexistence, sir. Peaceful coexistence. The meaning of peaceful coexistence is diverse culture, diverse religious, diverse all sort of people. Okay, bring them together and living in harmony. That is what we call peaceful coexistence. And what is said in such? What is said in is law. Once your law is there, is obeyed, you will live in peace and harmony. Okay. So and then I think you asked about my challenge in Malaysia, right? Hello?
Let's hold that one for now. Let's hold that one for now. Yes, we will. Yes, I'll ask you that one again. This is so great, guys.
Finally.
Okay. For your introduction, this is just your introduction. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Let me say, relax now.
Okay, relax, professor. It's not easy, guys. The professor is giving us vibes. Okay, I think I'm learning a lot, and I'm really delighted to be in this beautiful country as well, to be sincere. I think all you are saying is very true, and you can see this country, they are really enjoying when it comes to peace. And, the things are very easy. I was surprised, like two of you said, with regards to the issue of the prime minister resigning. I'm like, really? From the part of the world where I came from. Is it so easy? Is it so easy for something like that to happen? So, but it's a very beautiful thing. And I hope Malaysia will continue to do these great things. We are learning from you guys. That's one thing you don't know. Like, foreigners are actually learning from you guys. And the funny thing is, when I ask some of my Malaysian friends, some of them are always complaining. You understand? They are always complaining about some things. And I'm like, do you know what you are enjoying? Come over and learn from some other places, then you you will really understand what we are talking about. Okay, but yeah, jokes apart, it's a beautiful country. I think they are really enjoying. And I think for me, because I did my master's from University Malaya, and I'm doing PhD currently at UniKL. Okay, so throughout my studies in University Malaya, it's been a very peaceful one. And when there is peace in a country, like you can also study comfortably. You understand? For example, look at what's happening in Afghanistan now. How can those children? How can they actually go to school peacefully? With all the shootings of wars, call of wars here and there. It's not easy. It's not a comfortable place. You understand? But look at this country here. They are very peaceful, and things are moving amicably. I think that is a big plus for Malaysia. Let's clap for Malaysia. That's a very big one for Malaysia. Anyways, now I will return the mic to barista. When the barista is speaking, you all have to pay attention so that he doesn't pronounce the judgment on you critically, or may I say my justice, sir? My Lord, may I? May I, my Lord? My Lord, may I, sir? So I hereby hand over the podium to the barista to tell us how the school structure of Malaysia is with regards to, For example, you attended courses, you know, people want to know, like, are they teaching in English language? You know, like, are the teachers actually doing very well? Can you compare the kind of lectures that you have actually, observed in Malaysia in comparison to what you have observed in your country or from Africa, from other part of the world? Do the lecturers teach well? What is their style of teaching? Are they teaching practically to impact into the people, or are they focusing more on the theoretical aspect? All these things, I want you to be very, very practical with regards to what we know from our hometown and our country back home. Thank you very much. So we just talk about school life now, you know, your lectures, your Malaysian friends, you know, is it easy for you to get friendship with Malaysians? All those kind of things. We want to hear. Okay, over to you, Professor.
Okay, thank you once more for handing over the floor to me.
Thank you, you're welcome.
I think on the one hand, I would say that lecturers or professors of the University of Malaya are not only experienced, but they are well-grounded in their field.
Wow.
Specifically, those who are, law professor or even practitioners, because most of them are legal practitioners, and that is what I really do admire. Because when it comes to exam, they always practical cases. Yes, which is very relevant. It has nothing to do with theoretical work. So they give us practical cases that we can face in the real life situations. So which is very relevant. And that is why you can even notice from the motto, the slogan of the Malaya University is knowledge is the source of progress.
Knowledge is the source of progress.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow.
That is the motto, which is very relevant because they give us a practical knowledge that can be, very useful for somebody who really want to do something practical in his life, and depending on the field that he chose. But now, when it comes to lecture, we have to acknowledge, unfortunately, that the current global health pandemic, COVID has affected almost everybody, including, all sectors of activities, you understand? So it has also considerably affected the way we receive, or the way they offer the various lecture depending on the circumstances. So what we are doing now, what we have been doing, unfortunately, since last March 2020 was remote work. And, it's not very easy because you have to be able to adapt to the new circumstances and the environment where you have to get or even receive your lectures behind a stream, which is not always easy for those who don't master computer science, because at times you may end up having a lot of difficulties, with internet connections that might be, disturbing or even disrupting the connectivity or even the interaction you're having with your professor. So regarding the structure of the university, what I can say is that right, is the first ever university in Malaysia. And I think it's the 6th or the 7th in Asia when we look at the world ranking university, which is very relevant when it comes to the ranking, because what most international students are looking for today is that we are coming to Malaysia because we are looking for an international recognition, right? You do agree with me? Did you get me? Okay, all right. So that is what we are looking for. So we want our degree or our experiences to be internationally recognized. So which is very relevant when you look at the statute when it comes to world's ranking university. You are going to find out that is among, the top 100 university in the world, which is very relevant. And now, if I try to compare with my a national university back home, I would not say that the comparison can be effective. You know, when I talk about effectiveness, I talk about the way the way approaches with the teachings they are offering and the way they want students to implement them in the field. So there's a lot of differences depending whether you're, you know, in the scientist field, or whether you're in the arts, or you're in the legal field. It depends. But what is very remarkable is that the system is built up in such a way that every student, be it a citizen or non-citizen, international or non-international, at least they can come out of there, you know, with something essential and practical. And that's why I really like the way, you know, most of their lecture, the way they approach their various analysis of even the way they offer lectures is always based on not only a practical aspect of life, but most importantly, what is going on the daily basis. So that is why I think we in Africa, we should be able to not only, you know, to get that inspiration from them, but also to learn from them. Because what is very important is that in life, diversity is an opportunity. So we should not look at diversity like something that is repugnant, something that, you know, try to build bridges among us. We should look at diversity, and specifically the experience that Malaysia is offering us, like an opportunity for us Africans. We should be able to take it back home and to make our country grow. Because there's something I really wanted to point out when my fellow brothers and learned colleagues, brothers was, you know, communicating with us regarding his experiences in Malaysia. What I would like to point out is that when we are out in Malaysia, we must bear in mind that we are here not only to learn from them, to see how far they have gone, but also to go back home and build our country. Is very, very important. We must learn to go back home and change our country, because we should not think that if we are out, we should only stay out and enjoy other people's country. Who is going to build our countries back? Who is going to change the low economic level we are in? African countries, and most African countries are low income countries. So if we Africans who are out, we can't stand up and say, okay, I've been in Malaysia, I've been, I don't know, in Canada, or no matter the country, I have to go back home, because the diaspora should be able to do something. We should not only think that, okay, I'm in Malaysia, I'm going to enjoy Malaysia, I will pick up all my family back home, then I will stay here because Malaysia is good. No. Home is home. It is very important. Home is home. No matter where you are, it is true that Malaysia is a welcoming country. I do agree with those who say that, because I'm experiencing it. But we must be patriot. We must be able to say that, okay, I've been in Malaysia, I've been abroad, but now let me take something back home. I must change my country. I must do something for my country. It is very important. And that is why at times, all those who travel abroad, or who travel to, I don't know, whatsoever country, and they want to live there. No, people are fighting for that country to be the way it is. Malaysians are fighting today, because they want, those who are complaining in Malaysia, they are not complaining, not maybe because they are not living well, no, because they are thinking that they deserve more. And that is what we Africans, we need. We need to deserve more. We need to be able to develop that mentality of excellence. We must be people who are committed to doing and to get only what is greater in any aspect of life. Because there's no place like home. There's no place like home. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you are going to or traveling to, you always be a foreigner. I'm going to tell you an example, for instance. Do you know that from the legal perspective, in Malaysia, all who are migrant in Malaysia, some of them are suffering because under the Trade Union Act, Section 28, it is strictly forbidden for migrant worker in Malaysia, for instance, and more specifically, to be able to hold or to create a trade union. It is forbidden. They can only join a trade union to defend their right. And it is an aspect where, for me, I think Malaysia still need, still need to be a little bit liberal. Because to be honest, what I've noticed is that Malaysians as a whole are specifically conservative, very reserved, even when it comes to law. And the point I'm raising here is very, very relevant. That if you are a migrant worker in Malaysia, no matter the company, you cannot create or you cannot be a holder of any trade union associations. The only thing you can do as a worker is to join those who have been created by Malaysian employers. And this is a gross violations of human rights. Because as human beings, it is clear when we look at the Article 1 of the Universal Declarations of Human Rights, which tell us that all men are born equal in rights and dignity. They are endowed with inalienable rights, and they have to act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. So we need that spirit. And Malaysia signed and ratified the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. But I don't know why Malaysia has not yet ratified the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Right, which could have been very powerful to enable migrant workers, because I work on migrant workers when I was doing employment law, and I did a field research. Migrant workers are suffering in Malaysia, and most of them are specifically working in the construction industries. If you look at their living conditions, it's very bad, it's very challenging. So that's why, for me, I think when it comes to law, and that's why I was talking about law at the beginning, that the knowledge of the law is the beginning of freedom. Like it is said in the Bible, that in John 8:32, that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And that is one of the most difficult challenges we are facing in Africa. People don't know the law. People don't know their constitutions. But the only thing people know or they can recite is the Bible. If you ask somebody that, what does John 3:18 says, they will tell you that God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So we should be able to recite our laws the way we recite the Bible. Even though I'm not contesting the Bible's moralities and even paradigm and values and principles that it shares. But the most important thing people need to know is that when you look at Africa, why is it that our head of state have the syndromes of eternal lives in power? Why do they want to die in power? Just because there are two things. The first is ignorance of people to defend, to know their rights. People don't even know that they know their rights. And that is what encourages bribes and corruptions. Because even a simple public service that is free of charge, people don't know that my right, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that. They will bribe for it. And that is what encourages corruption. And that is why at a time I used to think that corruption should be regarded or should be defined in Africa as a crime against humanity. Because once you embezzle public funds, you have impaired, you have slowed down, and you have killed thousands, even maybe millions of people, because you are going to slow down the economy. Hospital will not be built, roads, facilities. You understand? So everything will be going slowly, gradually, and not even to say that we remain backward. So the first thing head of state in Africa are using as the pillar of their power is ignorance of the law. And that is why there is a saying in law that ignorance of the law is no excuse. Because the more you know the law of your country, the less vulnerable you are. That is very important. And that way, when we look at Africa today, how many arbitrary arrests people are suffering from? Even when you look at it in Malaysia, Article 8 of the Federal Constitutions of Malaysia clearly said that all citizens are equal before the law, are entitled to the same treatment of the law. So this is very powerful. In other words, in case of any arbitrary arrest or unlawful arrest or detentions, you can easily challenge the legality of such arrest by applying for habeas corpus. And an habeas corpus under Article 5 of the Malaysian Constitution is very relevant. It's simple. The process is not time consuming like in Africa, where people will spend about 1 year, 5 years in my country. There are people who have spent 5 years in prison without any verdicts. They have not yet been judged. They are still awaiting justice. So you can imagine why. Not only most of them, they do not know they are right, but most importantly, they don't have the courage. So the second aspect, after the ignorance of the law that politicians are using in Africa, the second point is tribalism. And that is the main challenge in Africa. Tribalism. People are having tribalistic thoughts. People are keep on thinking that if you are different from me, you are my enemy. No, we should not look at that. Look at how Malaysia is so inclusive. Malaysia is a multicultural country, multi-ethnic. Look at how Chinese, Malay, Indians, look at how they are living here. They are not seeing, even though there are some differences, there are some discrepancies we have to acknowledge. But look at how they live. They look at each other as, subsidiary. They complement. If you know something, I can learn from you, I benefit from you, then we grow together. But in Africa, tribalism is used by the political elite to divide us. And unfortunately, that is where we are today. So that is why I keep on saying that the first and the only thing that can deliver African from poverty, that can deliver African people or African countries even from poverty, is the knowledge of the law. The knowledge of the law and the courage and determination to defend that law. Because there's a difference between respecting the law and being attached, embracing that law. That is what we are lacking in Africa. People don't embrace the law the way they embrace their religion. People don't embrace, people are not attached to the law the way they are attached to their beliefs and traditions. So that is what we need in Africa. And we need to now, if I may conclude, we need to keep aside three kinds of mentalities. The first mentality is a superstitious, that primitive belief that anything can be done by magic. How many people in Africa are playing gambling? Some of them are even they have become expert in gambling. They think that they can become rich overnight. So we must be able as Africans to keep that aside. How many Africans in Africa are thinking that They will become rich by seeing an occultist. In Nigeria, I'm reading a lot of cases where people think that, okay, I will go and see a native doctor, I will kill my mother, I will kill my father, I will kill my brothers or sister, then I'll become rich. Look at that kind of mentalities. That it is only through occultism that people can become rich. So we must get away and we must throw away such kind of belief. Now, the second kind of thought is the the colonial mentality or the colonial mind, and it is specifically for our head of state. They are thinking that, specifically for those who are head of state, they are thinking that for Africa to be a developed and an advanced or even industrialized and democratic countries, we must wait orders from Paris. We must wait orders and instructions from Great Britain, from America. We must change that colonial mentalities. So we must decolonize our mind. And you cannot decolonize our mind thinking that in your life you are still, you're a black man, or you are still an inferior, that complex of inferiority. We must put it aside. We must throw it away. We must take up our responsibility, because no one will come and develop Africa for us. No one will do that. So if we keep on thinking, having that colonial or neo-colonial mentality that Africa will be developed because of white people, foreign aid, that is what even, keep us where we are today. And now the last kind of mentality we need to throw away is the tribalistic mentality. I must help you because you are my brother. If I'm in a position of power, I will only recruit those who are from my tribe. We must throw it away, that kind of mentality, tribalistic mentality. We recruit people only based on our ethnic group. That is nonsense. That's bullshit. We are not going anywhere with that kind of mentality. We must take or recruit or hire people of excellence, people who prone or advocate meritocracy. That is what we need. And we need to go back home, because I'm somebody who believes that Africa has talent. Africa is endowed, blessed with talented people, but they don't want to fight. Some people feel that others have to fight. We should not fight. No, we should not think about that. All of us must be committed, because by 2000 and 200, 300, we will no longer be there. You and I, as I'm talking now, we will no longer be there. You understand? So that is why we have to do something today. Because when you look at Martin Luther King fought for the American greed, that people should enjoy freedom. People should pursue happiness, individualism, and people should have freedom of speech, and the rule of law should prevail. He fought for it. Did he enjoy it back? No, he did not harvest those fruit. Those who are free in America today should be thankful to what Martin Luther King did. And it's the same thing with Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi fought for India. Look at how free they are today. Did he enjoy? Did he harvest it? No. In Africa, we think that it is others' responsibility to change Africa. No, we are all responsible, because the responsibility is collective. And my main concern for me is that when we are abroad as African, we should have that courage, that determination that I must go back home and I must change my country. We must fight. We must struggle, strive, even if we must fight with the devil. Because it is said that courage is to know what is higher than your fear. That is what courage is. When your convictions, when the causes you're standing for, when you're fighting for justice, something which is right for everybody to be entitled to, then you will know that you're a courageous man. You are bold. But unfortunately, Almost everybody in Africa, specifically young people today, they are coward. All of us, we are scared. We are running away thinking that others will change the country. So that is my point, that when we are in Malaysia, it's a very welcoming, peaceful, safe country. We should think how we can go back home and establish the same system. And that is why the rule of law should prevail, because the rule of law promotes democracy. The rule of law promotes and protect human rights. The rule of law enable countries to become powerful countries. And I would like to point something out, which is very important. When you look at Malaysia, Malaysia has also been colonized by Great Britain. But do you know that when it comes to the system of government, even though Malaysia is applying a common law, Malaysia is applying a common law with specificity, with Malaysian characteristic, with Malaysian feature. For instance, while in Great Britain, they are applying what is known as parliamentarian supremacy, which means that the parliament is supreme and can dissolve the government. In Malaysia, there is no constitutional principle as the parliamentarian supremacy, but the principle applied in Malaysia is the constitutional supremacy. Why? Because Malaysia has a written constitution. So that written constitutions in Article 4 of the Federal Constitutions stated clearly that the law of the land, the Constitution, is the highest law of the land. So the principle of constitutional supremacy split up or separate and try to limit the power of each branches of the government. So the parliament in Malaysia have limited power. The executive have limited power because it is clearly depicted, portrayed in the constitution. But in England, where the constitution is uncodified, but at times people used to think that the constitution is unwritten. People used to say that Britain does not have a constitution. No, that is wrong. That's a misconception of British culture. So I want people to know that British or Great Britain does have a constitution, but their constitution is not codified. So their constitution can be found in various statutes. It can be found in European law, international law, and with, internal statutes in the country. So that is why I want people to be able to have that courage. That is what we lack, that determination that we must go back and change our country. So that is what I can say so far. And I think I will take the floor.
Thank you very much, Barrister. This has been a very powerful one. In fact, I cannot even fathom the gravity of this learned fellow speech. Let's put hands together, please. This one is very powerful. Honestly, Professor Faswan, I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but I think our professor really did justice. What do you think, sir?
Yeah, thank you very much. He has really shown us that he's well grounded, in that area. Actually, he is trying to lecture us here, and I think I appreciate that. Then thank you very much. But from what he said, I want to quickly pick one or two things from actually what he said. The first thing is, jokingly, you said we should go back to Africa so that we can develop Africa maybe in the next 200 years. I said, wow, So in the next 200 years, maybe in the next 200 years, maybe we will not be around. It is even maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
It is even maybe. Then also, I want also to quickly talk on this. You specifically mention of make mention of this um, migrants. You said them. You call them. What do you call them? Uh, Foreign workers, right?
Yeah, foreign workers. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to quickly point your attention to something. No, this is Malaysia, and I believe Malaysia belongs to a particular regional organization. And when we look at, let us start from the United Nations. You know, from the United Nations, the basic or main objective of the United Nations is to ensure that there are peaceful coexistence all over the world, and that particularly they repeat of World War II. So the repeat episode of World War II will not come again. And since then, 1945 or 1947, we don't have a cause to go into war again. So after the establishment of the United Nations, every other organizations like regional organizations now started coming up. You know, basically, the objective of those regional organizations was also to promote peaceful coexistence of their regions. Okay, now let me now, because we are Africans now. I will make example of Africa particularly. No, in Africa we have what we call AU, that is African Union. And when you look at African Union, major objective of African Union is to promote, basically peaceful coexistence. No, I will keep repeating it: peaceful coexistence, and also other things. Then from African Union we have ECOWAS. Okay, now that is to be specific now, because that is where I belong to now. So we have ECOWAS, and when you look at ECOWAS, there's something we call protocols and treaties. Okay, now those regional organizations make some protocols and treaties, some of which include, for example, like ECOWAS Treaty of 1979, give approved or allowed free movement of member states. Do you understand, sir? Are you listening? Do you get me? Okay, now they approve the free movement of member states. And when we say free movement, it means you can move from your country, you don't need visa, and go to another country, but within the member states. And when you are in that country, it means you can work also. You are, when you get there, you can stay there for a period of 90 days. After that, you are entitled, you can get visa, then you are entitled to work, do this, do that, and every other thing you are covered. Okay, that is one of the basic objectives and the benefit of regional organizations. Also, in Africa in 1998, there was also a treaty, the protocols of transhumance. We call it transhumance protocol. So these protocols even allow not only human beings now, but also animals. Okay, so it means if you have your cow, you can move it. You can move your cow from Ghana to Togo. You can move from Togo to Nigeria. Your cow, your goats, your anything.
I needed to laugh out loud for this. Sorry, Professor.
Okay,
I didn't know that the cows and the goats they also have movement, right? Freedom of movement.
Yeah, we call it
Glow, you are welcome, Glow. Okay.
We call it ECOWAS transhumance.
So that's why the cows can move within our.
Cows can move from Nigeria Republic to Ghana, from Ghana to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Cameroon, from anywhere within that region.
Sorry, sir. Let me cut you again. And that also the cows. That means they also have access to go into the hospitals and get treatment, like what we see in some places, sir. Please add more light. I saw a video where the cows were actually, going into the hospital, sir.
To do what?
I don't know. I don't know.
No. That is another discussion, sir. So I'm talking
Okay,
of
sir.
protocols.
Yes, sir.
We call it that is called transhumance protocols. Okay, that transhumance protocols allow movement of not only human being now. You can move your cow, your livestock across West Africa country. It's allowed, okay? But I said protocol, so you have to follow some protocols. No, this and that. We are not here for that now. So what am I driving at is when you say migrant workers, how do they migrate? So now, when you study the law, particularly, I know in Asia, particularly maybe I'm not sure, but I think we have an association of South Asian nations. Association of South Asian nations. So these nations definitely we have some treaties and protocols that will cover. So as I'm talking that you can move your cows, you cannot come from South Africa and bring your cow to Cameroon, you'll be arrested. You cannot come from Kenya and bring your cow to Ghana, you'll be arrested. I know it is the same thing, but different, the same law applying to different categories of people. Do you get me, sir? So the same law applying. You cannot move your cow from Ethiopia to Nigeria. You'll be arrested. But you can move your cow from Gambia to Nigeria freely. Okay. Now, what I'm driving out is these migrant workers from within which scope, from which scope did they migrate? Okay. Does it covered by? So we have to look at the Association of South Asian Nations, the regional organization of South Asian countries. I think we have to interrogate those the treaties and protocols of that associations before we can now start saying maybe they are fairly treated or not. If they are not covered within the protocol, if they are not covered within the treaty, my brother, it will be like that. Okay, and I just give you a good example. What applies to anybody in Ghana that can move to Cameroon with his cow cannot apply to anybody in Ethiopia. And no, and the same thing. So it means we have to define within the scope. We have to define the scope of the migrants. At the same time, we people are from Africa now. We are from Africa now. We're in Malaysia studying, and even we are not. Even our visa is not permitted us to work. That is the treat. That is the law. But I have a friend now in Europe. If I was immediately was given a visa, he gave he was given his visa. He's studying PhD, and he was even given 5 years visa, 5 years visa straight, and also he can work. But when I was coming, I was not even given a visa. I was only given a pass. It was when I get to Malaysia, and now the guy gave me 1 year, and I'm doing PhD. They now gave me 1 year subjected to renewal. Whereas I have a friend going to UK was given 5 years straight. So it's the law are different.
Yeah,
and the one that apply to you, you have to abide by it. yeah.
Can I counter argue?
Yeah. Come.
Yeah, obviously, because we know we are here to not only educate people, but also to share our experiences, right? Yeah. So I would like to say something which is very relevant concerning migrant workers in Malaysia. You were asking about the scope. In other words, on what grounds are they migrating, right? So I want you to know that when it comes to law, right, Malaysia actually use a double standard system when it comes to law. In other words, we have soft law and we have hard law. Hard law is built on statutes, legislations, but soft law, right, is based on memorandum of understanding. So I want you to be aware of the fact that in Malaysia has signed a good number of memorandum of understanding with other Asian countries. But unfortunately, those memorandum of understanding are not public. I mean, they are secret. In other words, those memorandum of understanding enable Malaysia to enter into, I would not say bilateral contract or bilateral agreement with, neighboring Asian countries. But what Malaysia does is that through memorandum of understanding, they try to negotiate and to come into an agreement with, for instance, with Asian countries, like Myanmar, like China, like Indonesia. So what they do is that they try to build up a network that will be recruiting workers from maybe Indonesia or China to Malaysia by passing through the government, because before this memorandum of understanding, it was through outsourcing agencies that migrant workers were coming to Malaysia, but now it is through the government process. But now the most challenging point, because that is what I want you to know, is that the law is the Immigration Act in Malaysia that define and determine the criteria, the requirement and conditions that migrant workers need to come and work here. There's even other, because there is no specific law that applies to migrant workers in Malaysia. No. The law that applies to Malaysian workers also applies to immigrant or migrant workers. It's very important. Like laws like the Employment Act, the Industrial Relation Act, or even statute like anyway, it will
Doctor,
come back.
Can I come in, Doctor? Can I come in?
I'm going to.
I think we should limit our discussion to what affects us, international students. Nothing concerned with migrant.
I just wanted to illustrate that part. I also wanted to point out something you said about African Union, which for me, I think it should be corrected. I don't know whether you are ahead. You have heard about the African Agenda 2063. Are you aware of that?
No.
And I'm going to tell you, you can check it just after this discussion, but briefly, I can tell you what it's all about. So the Africa Agenda 2063 is the objectives, or is the aim, the purpose that African countries through the African Union tried or will try to achieve by 2063. It's exactly like the SDG. I mean, the Sustainable Development Goal by 2030. It's quite the same thing. But my main concern is that you said something that I do not agree with. It was like, okay, that is not possible for somebody to take his cow, I don't know, from Nigeria to Cameroon, or from, I mean, you illustrated a good number of countries. But my point is, are you not aware, or maybe you're not aware, maybe I can tell you about that since January 2021, African unions through African countries have signed and ratified the International African Free Zone Area Act or Agreement. It is applicable since January 2021, which therefore enable all Africans to apply the principle of free movement and circulations of their goods as well as of person. Because if we have to go back to history, we have to challenge the African borders that we have today, because these African borders were created or were made up when Africa was being partitioned and shared during the Berlin Conference in 1884 and 5. We all know that. I do know that as landed mind, we do agree with that. And my main concern with African Union is that I do not agree, and I challenge anyone that the agenda, the agenda 2023 agenda will not be effectively implemented. Why will it not be implemented? Just because the African Union is being financed by the European Union, the United States, and now China. And it is said, like it is said in the world of finance, the one who gives you the money is the one who tells you what to do. And unfortunately, when an institution like the African Union, when it comes to its own financing, cannot finance itself, how will you think? How do you think? How do we expect the African Union to be an independent body, a regional body that will serve Africans' needs and objectives? Look at all wars going around. Look at Mali. Look at Togo. Look at Cameroon, my own country. Since 2016, there is a specific problems going on in English-speaking area of my country, known as the Anglophone problems, which for me is the Cameroonian problems. What has African Union done? What have they done? Nothing. So you see that the main problem is that those institutions we are having in Africa are still dependent on the financial aspect on foreign institutions, specifically the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. They are the ones supporting African unions. And that is why there is a very good saying in Africa which tells us that when money speak, the truth keep quiet. And that is why our leaders are always quiet. So that is my point. Yeah, you can go on, brother. That when money speak, the truth will always keep quiet. Because money is power. And whoever has power has influence and control. That's it.
Thank you very much, professors. Just a short commercial break, and we'll be back. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please stay on. I just want to, introduce and discuss something with you guys before we proceed. I'm enjoying this show. If you guys want more like this, let me know, and we'll invite guests. I'm sure these guests you are seeing today, they will come another time, and you want to hear from people from other parts of the world. Some of you have requested for this before, and I say, okay, let us try the show today. I think you are enjoying it. So please, you have more things to say. Just hold on, Professor Lawale and Barrister Mr. Bryce. Let me quickly give this presentation, please. Please hit the like button, share this live stream, and tell your friends to come and hear these wonderful Africans, foreigners that are really sharing exclusively here. Please, before we continue, the next thing you guys are going to tell us when Professor Olawale finished what he was saying, you talk about the your experience now. We want to hear about your experience now in Malaysia itself. You understand? Like, what is your experience like in Malaysia with regards to, let's say, your supervisors and, with regards to with friends, like Malaysians, are they very open? I want to hear this. I want to hear this also because I know Malaysians are really interested to hear that part. They want to know. Okay, so you have some Malaysian friends already. Are they really open? But before that, I want to give a very brief presentation. Please, let's watch. I hope the something will be fine now. Sorry, please. Let me quickly share my screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to quickly present on this foundation. Okay, please, it's just for presentation's sake. Okay, this is not a sponsored video. It's not sponsored by any means. So it's just for you to have an idea of what is going on and what they are doing. Okay, and I think it's something I'm interested in. That's why I chose to just share it with my audience. Okay, so this is a Grace Miracle Ehi Gocho Foundation. Can you guys see the slide? Is the slide moving?
Yeah.
The slide is not. Is it moving?
Yeah, it's okay.
But I mean the. No, I don't think it's not moving. Just give me a second. It's not moving, right? Okay, so actually it's a foundation that is dealing with disabled children. Okay, they are actually, and I'm really touched because when I see something like this, I think the world needs to really hear about these children. They are really helpless, some of them, and they need help. Okay, so this foundation is targeted at helping such kind of audience. Okay, so Grace Miracle Igocho Foundation. Okay, let me see. Unfortunately, it's not moving. What's the problem? I hope it can move. Oh, it's not moving. I don't know why. It's not moving at all, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not.
Unfortunately, it's not moving. Okay, now it's moving. But when I open the big one, it's not showing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just do this. But can you see from the screen like this?
Yeah.
Let me just zoom it. Now you can see, right? Okay, so this is Grace Miracle Igocho Foundation. So like I said, they are actually registered and not for profit organization, okay? You know these NGOs. And it is formed with the sole purpose of propagating the unconditional love that they have cultivated through the life of grace, okay? Through the life of grace. So this is their history. So the foundation was set up as a result of the experience with Grace Miracle Igocho Ochiola Oki. Grace was born on 26 January 2004, and she was the last child of 4 children. Okay, she was born with severe disabilities, which was diagnosed as Cornelia de Lange syndrome. The prognosis of this medical condition is not known. Unfortunately, doctors claim that it just happens. Grace, that's the child you are seeing on the screen there, just has 1 finger on each hand. Quite a very critical challenge, and we know many children are facing this all over the world. Okay, she was wheelchair bound, meaning that she had to use wheelchairs. She could not speak. Okay, she had no speech, and she was completely dependent on her family and carers. Okay, to really take care of her, but they loved her dearly. I like that. They loved her dearly. Quite painful to state. Grace was called home to be with the Lord. That is, she went back home. Okay, she went back. She left this world on the 5th of August 2009 after she completed a divine assignment, which launched them. That is the beginning of these people into the ministry of using our pain to be the gain of others. It is in furtherance of this assignment that we present to you today GME Foundation to carry on a legacy and share this love that we have developed by caring for Grace during our lifetime. They want to share this love to other disabled children. So it's actually the parent of this child, okay, as you can hear from my story, that is trying to share this love now to other disabled children. Let's proceed very quickly. So this is their vision and mission. The vision is to provide better quality life for disabled children in Africa. And the mission is to spread the unconditional love of God. Okay. So the aims and objective of this foundation, number 1 is to be a voice. Number 2, to rebuild lives, to provide aids, to provide medical care, and to support education. What is their target audience? The target audience are children with disability, okay, disabled children. How can you support them if you want to support them? Number 1, you can support them financially by making a one-time donation, by partnering with them on a monthly basis, by setting up a standing order, by sponsoring a wheelchair. It will go a long way, guys, it will go a long way. By sponsoring a wheelchair and by sponsoring a child's education, okay? So next thing, there are some things you may add, other ways you can support them. Number 1, through equipment, you can donate wheelchairs, walking frames, etc. You can volunteer your expertise. If you are a doctor, maybe watching from Africa or anywhere, consultancy, etc. Connector, you can connect them with financiers, maybe people that philanthropists or those who can help. Publicity, you can publicize them on social media, TV, radio, word of mouth, etc. Okay, now other ways you can support them through prayers. You can pray for them. We have a lot of children that are going through this kind of challenge in the world. So you can pray for them, commit to regularly praying for us. Attitude, you can change their attitude, your attitude towards disabled people. Okay. God created us in different ways, and we just have to show love to as many that may not, have the opportunity or privilege that you have. Everybody is important. Everybody is special. So yeah, you know that this is it's a foundation, and I'm just sharing there because I know the source is genuine. Okay, I will never bring anything that is not genuine to this channel. I've never done that. So yeah, the channels of giving you can transfer, okay, to them if you want, and then they also have a PayPal. This will be strictly used to actually further the goal of their vision, okay, which is mainly for children with disabilities, okay, in Africa. So this is it, and thank you very much. All right, thank you. So I think we are going to proceed right now. Like you can see, this is just a very brief presentation. It's not how do I say? It's not compulsory. It's not anything. Of course, anything you are doing it for God. Am I right? And for the little children that are having such challenges. So we are welcome back from the commercial break. Thank you very much. So we will be rounding up very soon. So I will give the floor back to my colleagues to really emphasize on their experiences now. Your experiences so far. I know Mr. Bryce has been here for a while. At least you were here when things were still okay. And for Professor Lawale, unfortunately, you came when things were somehow, but at least you still have some experience, even if it's through the online situation. So please, we'd like to hear your experience. Who's going to start first? Maybe the Professor Lawale should start. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, when I came at midst of this COVID-19 of 18. So I have little or no much experience about the living or in Malaysia. So because my living in Malaysia is I'm living in my house. So now, but actually, I would like to talk briefly about the academics activities and my supervisor and the likes. Number one thing is the mode of registration, particularly a new student. In fact, it is superb, because it's a the process is so easy that even a boy of 10 years old can do. So that's one of the first things I observed in the process. So I came in, I registered online, I paid the school fees online. I was able to do everything at ease, no difficulty at all. So I give them pass mark on that. Honestly, pass mark on that. Then also when I came in, I was able to meet with my supervisor. But my observation is that I think academics is the same thing everywhere. Yeah, it's the same thing everywhere. This is because I did my master's in Nigeria, and I think I'm doing my PhD here now, and I want to tell you that the experience is similar. Yeah, those supervisors, those lecturers, those professors, they are the same thing everywhere. Maybe that is why all of them can move across the world and work anywhere. So my experience with my supervisor is similar with the experience I had before. They are not too tough and they are not too simple. Well, actually, when I was coming and I was to meet with the supervisor, one of my friends told me that I asked one of my friends, oh, these people are not too harsh. He said, no, when you come in, that kind of mind that you are coming with from your country, drop it. So these people are very friendly, and indeed they are very friendly. I want to tell you that I'm one of the luckiest students, one of the luckiest international students. This is because you know I have a supervisor that even we call you Where is your work? What are you doing? When should I be expecting it? No, it's not common. No, it's real. And at the same
Wow.
time, you see some people that will not even care. Okay? Maybe you are doing anything or you are not doing it. So, and even some people are also economical with their knowledge to give. And whereas some other people are excellent, very, very okay. So I think this also happens everywhere. So that is my experience in respect to that. Then also,
Okay.
I was able before the full lockdown, I was able to move around one or two places, and one of my experience and to the greatest of my surprise is this their transport system. So the transport system is superb, and one of the greatest thing is that ah, I have not been using money to enter any bus. They have free transportation system, and I want to appreciate them for that. You can go to anywhere without having a cover. So I've been an international student. I enter bus, free bus. It was made available for everybody. I was surprised. How come? How is these people doing this thing? I want to appreciate that. In fact, I'm able to pick that, and if it's one of those things we are going to return back to our country, because
Absolutely.
this is the thing we are saying that is not happening in some other places, and it's happening here. Not successful. I begin to wonder how are these people managing those things. They pick you like that and they drop you without collecting anything. They cover. So I think that one is a good one. That one is a good one. Then also, the accommodation is okay. It's at least compared to some other countries and in Europe, in America. Because I have friends in UK, I have friends across, even in South Africa, I have friends there. I want to tell you that the living expenses here is moderate. Where I'm not surprised. This is because their economy. I think the economy somehow is okay to a reasonable level. Yeah, it's okay to reasonable because with little amounts of ringgit, you can live successfully. Here you can live successfully. The house, the feeding, everything. I think it's moderate. Any international student that come here can live, successfully here without much problem, unlike some European countries and the likes. Then, though, my major challenge when I came is one of the major challenges the this language. The language. Most of us that came from Africa, basically English language is our first language. So your before your primary language, let me put it that way. So, but here I discovered that they have two major they have two major language, no official language, two major official language. Like where I'm coming from, we have one official language. Then you can have your no mother tongues language, which is that is second. But here they have two major, so plus whichever again. So now I now realize that even the one we put as the first language is the second here. So that one also gave me a challenge because I need now to try not to cope. Most of the time you buy something from the mall, from the store, and the the sales girl there will talk to you in the language you don't understand. So you try to now using your hand to describe all sort of things. But I think I'm coping with that. But honestly, I want to say that this is a very good one. Yes, this is a very good one. In one of the traditional language, they used to say one of the traditional language in Africa. They used to say that a river that forgets its source will definitely dry. So I want to say it's a very good thing, at least for one promoting their language. So even I was told that you don't even need to know any other language. Once you are able to know that language, you can become anything. It is not like that in some of the African countries. Because that imported language. Yeah, I call it imported language. English language is an imported language. And also, and I want some African country also to imbibe, in that also to use it. English language is a second language, we should be also promoting our language, traditional language also, because it is also amounted to development. It really also helps a lot. Then also, I realized that even not only that, sir, let me even tell you that it is compulsory for all international students to register for Bahasa language. It is compulsory for all international students to register for Bahasa language and to pass it before you can graduate. Can you see that? So it means it makes they really promote the cultural heritage. They really promote the language, and that is it. So whoever that passed through this place will definitely participate and must pass it. So, and that's it. We have some culture now that they don't do their language again, even in secondary school. Many culture are not doing it again. This is a lesson. So let them also go back and promote, because the language will definitely help them in the promotion of their society. Then also, I have a little challenge with the food. In fact, this really happened to me when no, I came in, no, a mix of this quarantine, I mean, COVID-19. So I was quarantined when I came, and I was coming, and no, I was kept away for 14 days. I don't know the implication of that. I don't have choice than to be eating whatever they give me in that hotel. Wow, my brother, the first 5 days was very terrible for me. Yeah, it was very, very terrible. This is
Wow.
because they will bring rice now and stew, but you will not believe I will only eat rice without adding any stew because I cannot eat that stew. So it is very different from the one we used to. But let me tell you, after the sixth or seventh day, wow, I become a professional. I become professional in eating those foods. I can eat it very well now, and it's sweet too. I tell you, those foods are very, very sweet. I, I spoke with my friend, one of my friends yesterday. I told him that now I can eat Malaysia food very well now. But initially, it was not. It's not easy to
Wow.
change
Wow.
the but I can eat it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I can eat it very well now, and I want to
Wow.
affirm. I want to say that the food is very sweet. Yeah, very, very sweet. Then also the climate. Also, I will not, but also mention that although we somehow we have similar climate with the my 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 back home where I'm coming from, but there are a sharp difference. The difference is very funny, if it is going to be sunshine here, that sunshine will be scorching you. Even when you are moving under the sun, it will be scorching you. It will be very, very hot. Then if it is rain, that rain will fall heavily. So I think that is the difference. Unlike from where I'm coming from, we have the sun is not that very scorching one. It's not that very hot. It will not scorch you. Then the rain are also actually falling slightly. So I think that is the different things. Then some other things. Yeah, friends. I was unable to make friends. This is because I'm staying indoors since I came, and even some people are telling me that I really miss the Lord. That Malaysia is not like this, and that Malaysia is a beautiful place to come. But I don't know. Maybe with time, I hope to have such experience. Thank you very much.
Professor Faswan. That was a very great, information to us. I think you have had great experience already, even though you are not able to really explore. But I believe you are still going to be able to explore very soon. Hopefully, maybe next week you can explore before. Yeah, you can explore. You can explore. You can explore Malaysia to some extent. I hope that things get better as well. Since you have taken your second jab, by the way, have you taken your vaccine? I can't hear you again. I don't know what happened now. It seems
Yeah,
there
yeah.
was a.
I off my mic. So
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
took I took the vaccine, and let me tell you, I so much love the organization, the arrangement.
Okay.
And there's one thing
Wow.
I forget to mention. There is this application called Massagera. What do you call it? What do they call it? Wow,
I
wow.
Sadatera. Yes.
To be honest, I am impressed, with the way that thing was designed. Honestly, it's a great application. that monitors you. It monitors your movement. It monitors every damn thing about you. In fact, that thing is one of the scorecard I give to Malaysia. You know, it's a very good standardized application. Then I took my vaccine, and it was a very good thing. So it's marvelous. And let me tell you, one of the reasons I took the vaccine is that I really trust the system. Yeah, that is one of the major things I took the vaccine. I really trust the system. Okay, that I have my friend back. You know, some of them are saying they can't take it because they don't trust the system where they are. Okay, but I want to tell you, I really trust the system, and I took it. No, I don't have any symptom. I sleep perfectly. Even in fact, now I sleep tightly than before. I think. So thank you very
Wow.
much.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have a lot of questions that are already coming up. I think what we are going to do, let me give the floor very briefly to Mr. Bryce. Please keep asking your questions, guys. We're going to answer your questions. Keep asking your questions. I see many questions coming already. But let me give the floor to Mr. Bryce. You can give us your own summary as well. We are rounding up. So now we want to hear from you, your experiences so far. You have been here for some years. So you have seen Malaysia when it was not locked down, and you're also seeing Malaysia now during the lockdown. So I think we would like you to give us very exclusive information with regards to that. Okay, what's your experience like? Friends in Malaysia? Yes, I'm going to unmute you. Your experience, friends in Malaysia, everything, study, supervisor, the environment, outdoor activities, sports, anything, your experience. You have a whole load of experience. We don't know when you're going to come back to this floor, so we want to hear a lot from you. Food. Many people are asking questions also about food, but we're going to answer those questions. We'll share it among you people after you give your discussion before we finally just wrap up.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. I think I'll quickly summarize my point regarding my personal experience in Malaysia. I think first I have to acknowledge that Malaysia is a very welcoming and peaceful country where you can live peacefully, agreeably, and make friends. But I have to acknowledge that my coming here was not that easy, compared to my fellow brothers whose arrival and maybe departure was, quite easy. But as far as I'm concerned, it was very difficult for me because there is no Cameroon embassy in Malaysia. Understand? So it's very difficult. So I had to pass through Nigeria, where I stay, I think for about, is it 2 weeks or 3, something like that, before getting my student pass to come to Malaysia. So it was very stressful, and it was also very exhausting, because it was taking times. I needed to submit, a lot of documents and so on and so forth. So my arrival here was not easy at all, But once I arrived, to be honest, the environment was very stimulating, welcoming. People of Malay are, very friendly, to be honest, because I do have a lot of friends now because I'm a very good footballer player. I play very well. And unfortunately, due to the lockdown, I've not been able to play with some of my friends who now know me very well. So every day when they play, whenever they play, they call me up, and we play together.
Sorry, let me pause you. You talk about football. Do you play with Malaysians also, or you're just playing with your people?
No. I'm playing with Malaysians. Yeah. Because
wow.
I'm playing with Malay. My friends here in Malay. So we even have a WhatsApp group for those maybe who might be interested. We are in. We used to play here in Petaling Jaya 17. Yeah, there is a very good field there. We play. We used to play almost every day at about 4 p.m. So Malay, they are very welcoming. They are nice. But my main concern is this. My main concern is that, or my main concern, or I will not say concern, maybe obstacles like my brother pointed out, I also face a lot of obstacle when I arrived in Malaysia. The first one was also the language barrier, specifically the Malay. Even though I've been able to pick some few words, gradually every day, but it's not easy. But I wish I could get somebody closer to me, because when it comes to languages, I really pick up very easily. If I had about 2 or 3 Malay friends who were maybe closer to me, I really do believe that I will be able by this time to speak Malay fluently. But unfortunately, I've not been lucky enough to get that opportunity to have a Malay friend closer to me. But I wish I could get some of them so that easily we could get every day. But now, as far as the somebody was asking about the annual fees in what I've noticed is that fees or tuition fees or school fees are different, whether you are an international student, whether you are a Malaysian student. Because what I noticed is that as an international student, you can end up paying something like 500,000 dollars if I convert into dollar. As far as the research paper is concerned, for instance, I paid something like 2,500 ringgit. So you see, it's not really expensive compared to other neighboring countries or even European or Western countries. But what I really also like in Malaysia is that people are easygoing. You understand? So easygoing, you can easily approach somebody, you can talk to him, he can respond, he can direct you, he can even help you. But my main problem with them, when I say them, I mean Malay in general, is that they are very reserved. And some of them also are very strict, but which is also good. Maybe it's part of their culture, because what I've noticed here is in Malaysia that people appear to be very conservative. You understand? So people are so attached to their culture, which is a very good thing. You understand? Because for me, I think that people should not always, try to not only maybe to lose or to be immersed and maybe to be encapsulated in other people traditions and culture, specifically the Western culture, because that is one of our problems today in Africa, is that we have been westernized, we have Americanized our thinking, we have for those who speak French, they consider themselves more than even French men and French women in Paris. So it's very difficult, and we need to wipe it out. So that is briefly what I can say. But I also like to point out something which is very, very important for me, is that I have my lecturer is one of the best in my faculty. Is on top. Professor Emeritus Shad Faruqi. Yeah, you can even you can Google him. He's a scholar in Malaysia. Yeah, he's very if I have to describe or qualify his intellect, I would say that he's brilliant. He's is very learned, knowledgeable, and I really admire the way he teaches us, and he's very, very, very fantastic. The guy is great. So that is what I can say so far. But another last point concerning one of the obstacles that I noticed is that those who are foreigners, when I say foreigners specifically, those who are here to work, let's say foreign workers or migrant workers, most of them face a lot of challenges. And for me, being not only a student of the law, but also a legal mind, I'm so touched, and I feel bad when I see how migrant workers who are struggling with life in Malaysia and the way they are treated. For me, I think that Malaysian, specifically Malaysian employers, should try to be human, because most of them they suffer from a very strict and, for me, I will even say that a very stern conditions that before coming to Malaysia, they must sign a contract while being in their country, and which is very challenging, because at times they sign a contract while being in their country, but once they arrive in Malaysia, the term and the conditions of that contract is no longer the same. They call it substitutions of contract or breach of contract, and at times which often lead them to be undocumented, because at times their contract always end up being either confiscated or their contract is detained by the employer, who is going, most often they are being compelled to do the work they don't want to do and that they did not sign for. So for me, that is what really aches me in Malaysia concerning foreign workers. But apart from that, I think the living environment, building shops, market, wow, everything is of high standing and very remarkable. So I think now I'm open to answer questions. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, the barrister. We know that when you are speaking, some of those things are very hot, but it's okay, because I think the discussion has to be balanced. So you are giving some great points, which is really very, very important. Of course, there's need for improvement in every situation. I think Malaysia is a very beautiful country, and I think that they are trying to the best of their knowledge. Of course, there may be some discrepancies in here and there, one or two, but I think if we weigh it very well, it's like the majority actually is positive. You understand? The majority is positive, yes. But of course,
I do agree
there are
with
those
you,
little problems. Yes.
Yeah, I do agree with you that on a scale of 10, I think I will give Malaysia 8.
Wow,
Yes.
that's A.
On a scale of
A.
10.
That's
Yes,
an A.
Yes. Why do I say we give them 8? Because what makes a country greater and even stronger and I will even say more prosperous is the ability to take into account the minority rights. Let's take, for instance, today, when you look at gay, homosexual, they are part of the minority. So whether you are for or whether you are against homosexual or same-sex marriage or homosexuality, you must respect their right. I don't know whether you understand. It's very important, because what is democracy? Democracy, like Abraham Lincoln said it, is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But now, for what purpose?
Okay, sorry. Let me, Malaysia is very reserved. I think some of our discussions we may, because when you talk of those ones, I know you are somebody of the law, but I think we'll just limit a little bit some of those.
Yeah, I do understand. Don't you worry.
Thank you very much.
I was just saying that Malaysia should try to make some effort to be an inclusive government. You understand? Yes. Where at least everybody's right is not only respected but promoted, because that is a proof of the dimensions of an evolution of a country. Look at US. In US, we have people from Mexico, people from Africa, people from everywhere in the world. They are working in the US, even though it is quite difficult. But you see how the government, even in Canada, the government tries to be inclusive. So migrant workers are not regarded as a second citizen. So it's a very major concern that the government of Malaysia should address. Because when you love somebody, you must also tell him the truth. The truth is not all about when you love somebody. It's not all about saying that no, it's nice, it's nice, it's nice. No, your true friend is also a friend that tells you that this is wrong, and if it is wrong, you must address that issue. So that is my point.
Thank you very much. I think we'll just keep it low at that point. At least as internationals, I think they are doing well for us. Hopefully, things will get better with regards to other issues. Okay, let's just take some questions before we round up. Just straight to the point. I think the other professor has left. Let's just take some of the questions here. It's been a long one already. I can see, okay, somebody say, can you talk about expenses? Okay, with regards to expenses, I think they have answered that one already. It depends on your program, depends on what you are doing actually. Then we have somebody said,
tuitions tend to vary from one faculty, from one program to the other.
Okay. Then somebody said,
like I said, that you know, for international students, in my program, for instance, you may end up paying something like $5,000 US. And as far as the research paper or research products or thesis is concerned, you know, you have to pay for it because you have to make sure that you fulfill all the university requirement before you graduate. So you must pay for it also. And I paid about 200, as I said earlier, 200 and I think was it 50 or 60 ringgit. So that is approximately the price, I think. But I think compared to other countries, you understand, I think the annual expenses for university, or including papers or even living expenses, I think with something like 6 or 7 thousand US, somebody can at least live a fulfilled and amazing life in Malaysia without any pressure. Because when it comes to accommodations, you know, the accommodation is quite affordable. Even when you look at tuition fees.
Okay, let's answer more questions. I think that's because we have so many questions. We want to round up. So yeah, it's affordable. That's the summary. It's quite affordable here in Malaysia. Okay, the next person, another person said, any favorite food? So what's your take on Malaysian food? Just very briefly.
Yeah, my favorite food is nasi kerabu. I don't know whether
nasi kerabu.
Nasi kerabu or
the blue rice.
Yeah, exactly. There's
great.
Nasi lemak. Yeah,
nasi lemak. Wow. Great. Wow. And then also about with regards to food, I think, is it easy? Is it possible to get foods like for other nationalities in Malaysia? Like apart from just the local Malaysian food, can you get maybe your country's food or something like that? You have
Indonesian. But what I really regret, I wish I could get African food also. But I don't know whether there's African restaurant.
There is African. Yes, there's African restaurant. I know of one in around this UG something. The name of the restaurant is Muhiba. No, around Muhiba. Yes, the name of the restaurant is something Monarchy. You can chat me up later in case you want to try. They have some African food. Then there are other African restaurants too, but maybe it's not very much like that. But definitely there are in some places also. I have seen. I have made video.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such vital information because
you're welcome.
I didn't get such information. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, somebody say yes to find. Okay, this one is just a comment. Let's see more questions. Okay, this is a big question. What is your standing about Malaysia's currencies, ringgit, which seems weak compared to this, that? Just be literally liberal. Yeah. What is your stand? Maybe you can compare to our place back home. Because for me, I think the currency is very great. But yeah, what's your stand?
Yeah. I also think that the currency is great. even though at times there are some devaluations, which at times is very challenging because it also implies inflation.
Okay.
So you see, and which seriously affect the economy. But I think that if I have to compare Malaysia with its counterparts or neighboring countries like Singapore, I don't really think that the ringgit, is stronger or can overtakes the Singaporean currency. Because when you look at Singapore today in terms of economy, their economy is much more competitive than Malaysian economy. You have to be realistic. You have to be honest. Singapore today is not only considered as one of the most, dedicated or the most, I put it this way, the most, in terms of advancement when it comes to tourism, you understand?
Okay.
Singapore today is regarded as that world of life, world of development. So, economically speaking, I don't really think that the ringgit is over or beyond the Singaporean currency. I don't think so. But I really do believe that compared to Brunei, Thailand, Philippines, or Indonesians, I think relatively, but you have to admit that I don't have much information. So I cannot speak with accurate facts.
Somebody said here that not weak. Actually, the standard of living in Malaysia is better than other countries doing the same type of job. Okay, let's just keep low on that. There's another question here. Let me just pick the other question. This question says, what is the most strong strength currencies out of all African countries compared to US dollars or ringgit? So I think this person wants to learn about Africa. So which of the African countries has a strong currency compared to US dollars or ringgit at present, currently?
For me, I do think that we have to look at the South African currency.
Okay.
We can also look, because I think it depends on not only the growth, the GPA that a country can produce, economically speaking. Because the problem with African currency is that we don't have strong currency. You understand?
Okay.
We don't have strong currencies like the US dollars or like the pounds in Great Britain, or even like the Canadian dollars. So, but now when we look at African countries who are on top, economically speaking, I think now we have Nigeria, we have South Africa, we have Egypt, we have Ghana, Kenya. Those are countries whose currency can be regarded, as strong.
Okay.
What also I really want to admit here is that I'm not an economist. So this is the general view, but I think that somebody who is an expert in economy can better demonstrate or explain to us which is the current African currency which is stronger at the moment. And what I do know is that since in Africa we don't have a strong economy, so our currency seems to be very volatile.
Okay.
Specifically in West Africa, where our currency is still printed in Paris.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Okay.
That is the problem in Central Africa, West Africa. About 15 African countries are still using the CFA franc, which is the colonial currency that they enriched since they got their independence. Till now, they are still using the colonial master's currency. Can you imagine? So there's no independence. There's no independence. There's no sovereignty when it comes to the financial system. Whereas when a country wants to be developed, there are two things that they must also take into account: the financial market and the financial institution.
Okay,
So
sir. I think that.
we need to improve on that
Okay.
military sovereignty.
Thank you very much. So this one said, how long you are living in Malaysia? How long have you been in Malaysia?
For 1 year now. 1 year, 5 or 6, 7 months. Yes.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I arrived here since last year, I think. Yeah. So almost a year now, or maybe probably 2.
Okay, that's great. Then this one said, is Malay language hard or easy for you?
Hard or easy, I will simply respond by saying that it depends on your mindset. It depends on your ability. It depends on your determination to learn a particular language. Because what people know is that nothing is difficult. It is difficult because we think it is difficult.
It's difficult.
Exactly. So we must be able to think that something is easy because the mind commands the action.
But compared to like French, all these general languages, this Malay is easier to learn. Did you learn French before?
Yeah, my first language is French.
Oh, wow. I see.
Cameroon is a bilingual country, actually. My country is a bilingual country. We speak both languages, French and English. But actually, my first ever language I grew up learning was French. So I'm fluent in French.
Okay, great.
Yeah, exactly. But I speak English today because not only my country is bilingual, but also because I attended English-speaking school. So what I wanted to point out regarding this question is that nothing is hard, nothing is difficult. It depends on your willingness, your commitment, your determination to learn something. And that is why I want people to know that people should not think, or they should never ever think that something is difficult. Because the more you think it's difficult, the more you close up the possibility of learning. So we must always know that instead of working hard, we must work with love. People think today that what they cannot do is difficult just because it's difficult. No, because they want to work hard. Work hard will never guarantee the fruit and the success. So people must learn with love. People must need to learn with passion. People need to learn with dedications, because the more you love what you do, the better you will do it in a very
great way. Thank you very much. That's a very powerful one. I think we have to end this live show here. It's really long one, and people have been following for a long time. I think you have answered most of the questions with regards to Malaysia economy. We just keep that. Somebody is asking, is Malaysia a safe place? What do you think?
Yeah, Malaysia is safe. Yeah. Since I've been here, I've been living safely without any problems or
challenge.
But for Malaysia to be safe, and for international students who are coming here to be safe, I want to reiterate this point. The knowledge of the law is the beginning of wisdom.
Yes, but in general, is Malaysia safe? I mean, with regards to
Malaysia is safe, but what I noticed during the pandemic, there has been a lot of violation of human rights. Yeah, that's what I noticed during the close down. Policemen or the police department, when they were doing patrol, some of them were very brutal against those either who were not respecting the instructions.
I think that is Malaysia law. Let us leave that one aside. That is Malaysia's law, and we have to be very wise in that's their law. So I think people have to obey the law. And you are a man of the law also. So once the law has stated this, so I think people should just follow the law. And I think let's keep that one. So somebody said, how do you drive in Malaysia? No, right? Do you drive?
No, impossible. You know, since the lockdown is quite, I'm not moving. Everything I'm doing it at home.
Okay,
No way.
okay. Which transportation do you use in Malaysia? Good. Can you tell us about the transportation system in Malaysia so far? What you think?
Yeah, I think the transportation system is very advanced.
Okay.
I have to acknowledge that. And what also really amazed me, I will even say astonished me, is that there are free transportation system for all
Mm,
citizens. Which I think
okay.
African maybe should also be encouraged to do that. But the means of transportations that I usually take whenever maybe I want to go out, usually either is a bus or is a
Bus.
simple car. Yeah, it's a simple car. But I wish I could go to Langkawi. Is that how they call it?
Langkawi. Oh, yes, yes. Langkawi, where they have the cable car and all that.
Yeah. I wish I could go there. It's a very nice place. I saw the beach. Wow, I really wish I could go there, but I don't know. This pandemic is still
The pandemic is really critical. We just
critical.
hope things get better, really, so that
Yeah, Malaysia has a very nice, beautiful landscape, and I really do admire that. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Okay, we are coming to a close. This question says, what do you think of Malaysia with high coronavirus cases? I think this one, the whole world is facing this, so I think it's a critical situation. But what do you think, just on the general scope?
Yeah, my general idea is that the Malaysian government is actually doing well, to fight against this coronavirus. But I also think that the responsibility need to be shared. You understand? Because when you look at the resolutions of the Malaysian Prime Minister, there's a lot of talk going that he has not been able, among other reasons, to handle this crisis effectively. But even though there are other maybe hidden political reasons, for me, I really do believe that the government is striving and doing all its best to, to save Malaysia. And but Malaysians are also to be blamed, because some of them are also not law-abiding citizens. Some of them, also don't want to respect the instructions and the orders issued by the government. So that is why I'm talking about collective responsibilities. But I think that we have to look at the number of cases going up or increasing. The government is not to be blamed. And if the government is to be blamed, some Malaysians also need to be blamed. Because
okay, yeah, you can go ahead. Okay.
Conclusive. Yeah, this must be
I think with regards to these coronavirus cases, there are many factors that actually are put in place, which we may not even know from the surface. You understand? Of course.
Yeah.
And what do you expect? Like, there's no any other person to blame again. Definitely, people will blame the leader. Even in my country, things are not going well. You see, everybody's blaming the leader and all that. So it's normal, and it's part of the responsibility that the leaders take when they assume office. So, but the thing is that to me, I think Malaysia is doing well. If you ask me, with regards to they are containing the virus, and then all the things they are putting in place. They are even giving what do you call it? They try to take care of the people, like giving the money and all this. You cannot see it in some places. You understand? You can't see it in some part of the world, except we want to deceive ourselves. From where I'm coming from, nobody has time for that. In fact, they are even ordering the palliatives. All those things are online. They are videos, so it's not something to hide. You understand? But here, they are even giving everybody, even with foreigners. Some of us enjoy some of these things also. You understand? Even from the university, then I mean, even friends, for everybody, Malaysia are very loving. I remember some people, some of the houses, some of those Chinese, some of those Malay, they will have food. Some of them will cook. Some restaurants even give free. You understand? To people during this time. So the heart of the people I think God will really have mercy on Malaysia. And my prayer is that honestly, Malaysia does not deserve this kind of high cases that they are seeing, because they are really trying. The government is trying, and of course, people will violate laws. That is why maybe there are more cases also, But I think if things are being put in place, I think Malaysia can fight this thing, because they fought it before. They fought it before, and I think they can still fight it again. So hopefully things get better. We cannot say much about the corona cases, my brother. I mean, the person that asked the question, I don't know if it's a brother or sister. So I think this is the limit we can answer with regards to the corona cases. Okay, somebody said thanks for answering the question. Okay, you're welcome. Then a bonus question. So you should be sincere. Is Malaysia clean? What do you think? Let me say something before you say. With regards to cleanliness, I think it has a lot of arms. Okay. I was just telling one of my brothers recently, I said, can you see they have all this dustbin everywhere? It's even government dustbin, big, the one outside. And every morning, the car will come, the big something will come and pick all those things. So I'm like, in some places, you cannot see this. You have to even buy those things yourself. And apart from that, there are people that their work is just to what? To clean the street, to clean up. So for me, you will say your own part, but for me, I think they are actually providing all these things, like the necessary things that need to make a country run as a country. There's not much difference between them and what's happening in America or any of the dream countries that people want to run to. You understand? But of course, I think they are implementing those. People are doing their work. The other day, I just went to buy something from 99, and just on the road, on the street, I was even surprised that so people are actually, even with this pandemic, everything, no excuse. They were there doing their work, cleaning the thing, sweeping the road. For me, I think there are some places that are very dirty, but I think that in average, compared to some places, even my country, let me know if Malaysia is neat. But you can say your own anyways. Do you think Malaysia is clean?
Yeah, my answer is absolutely. They are very, neat, clean. And I think I will put forward this saying that cleanliness is next to godliness.
Of course.
That is what Malaysia is doing. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
They are really striving. When I think where Malaysia was in 1960, when I think when they got their independence, and I look at my country, Cameroon, compared to Malaysia today, it's a pity. When I look at my country, I will not even say it's a pity. Understand? Yes, it's a shame. Because they were almost at the same level. But you see how high they have gone and how higher they are targeting to get. So, the main core principle and the core objective of the Malaysian government now is to be a higher income country by 2030. But look at our African country. No program, no objectives. Everything they are saying is to embezzle money. That is why at time I used to think that in Africa, people are not corrupt. They are the corruption. They are not corrupt. They are the corruption itself. And that is why the only way we can better fight against corruption in Africa is to criminalize corruption as a crime against humanity and to death sentence.
I think that one is for another topic. I see that I'm not surprised, because as a barrister, I know that you will really deal with all those things. But for this particular chapter, I think we are just on the base level. Maybe when there's a discussion on those political stuff, we can invite you again. Okay, so somebody said, I've been to Langkawi, you love it when you get okay. So yeah, okay, hi Juan, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you for answering all the questions. Really appreciate you. Just in summary now, what is your advice to the people that are thinking of coming to Malaysia? Should they come? Just a please, let's be just based on the experience level, please. Just for the advice, international students.
Yeah,
international students, those that are coming to work.
I will really encourage anyone, whether foreigners or not, to come to Malaysia because it's the place to be. Malaysia is a very wonderful country, welcoming, prosperous, affordable, clean, and developed. And most importantly, they are friendly to everyone, and they are safe and peaceful. And that is why I would say to some of my Malaysian friends that saya yagang awak. I love you guys.
Saya, that's so great. That's so great. It's been a wonderful one. Thank you so much, Mr. Bryce, for your expertise. In fact, you have given us a lot of information today, and I think people have learned greatly. Professor Faswan has left. He also gave us some experience, and really appreciate. Thank you so much. We have to put this live stream to an end. It's over 2 hours, 40 minutes already. I think it's a long one for those who may want to rewatch at the end of the day. So once again, we appreciate you, and we wish you the best in your studies as you are rounding up already, so that God will help you. You get your desire, and you make.
I think I will tell you salamat tinggal.
Salamat tinggal. Okay, bye-bye. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you. So, guys, thank you so much once again. I really appreciate you guys. It's been a wonderful one. I hope you guys stay safe anywhere you are watching all over the world. And please ensure to give this video a massive thumbs up. Share the video with a lot of our families, and hear from the experience of these great people in Malaysia. I think it's been a wonderful time, and I'll come your way again next week, Saturday, with another guest. Stay tuned, and if you guys, you can suggest the topics of what you want to hear from the guest. Of course, going to be mostly, I could bring a Malaysian here also to come and speak on some things so that we as foreigners can also learn, and I could bring foreigners also to come and speak on some things so that you as Malaysians can hear their experiences, okay, from them. Yeah, of course, it can't be all good. We don't expect somebody to come here and say everything is good. No. We need to balance the equation. Of course, we have to respect the law and everything as well, like I usually say. But yes, there are some things that also maybe everybody has different experience, like I used to tell you guys. So yeah, it's okay to hear people's different experience. So far, you don't abuse the law. You don't say anything that is contrary to what their law stands for. I think it's okay to say the truth. Okay. Anyways, for me, Malaysia has been beautiful to me, and that's why I'm sharing about your country, and keep on promoting it, and that's what I will continue to do. So far, I'm here in Malaysia, and I'll tell more people about Malaysia, and more people are coming. So you guys, stay tuned to the channel Explore with Bolu. Till I see you next time, stay positive, stay safe, much love, and God bless you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you next week, Saturday. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. Bryce. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Juan. Bye-bye. Thank you. Amdin said, when is the next live? The next live will be on Saturday, next Saturday, of course. I may publish some videos next week, but the next live will be next Saturday. So thank you so much, everybody. All right, good night. Some of you really tried. You stayed to the very end. I'm so surprised. It seems you guys enjoyed this show very well. Thank you, Juan. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay safe. God bless you all. And I see you in my next stream. If you are a Christian, this opportunity, I used to invite you to a program tomorrow, service. You can join us tomorrow by 10 a.m. in the morning. That's just for Christians. So you can join us. I will share the link to the service in my community tab. So you can join if you are a Christian or just want to join us. Yeah, but it's a Christian service basically. So we just come to worship God and appreciate God together. The time is 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Also, another announcement I have to make on the channel is that there's another what do you call it? A powerful program that is coming up. I don't know if you have if you know Domwe. For those who are Christians, there's somebody called Domwe. Okay, so an international gospel singer. So he's going to be ministering together with Pastor W.F. Kumiyi, the General Superintendent of Deeper Christian Life Ministry, within next week. Okay, so I'm going to share that program also with you guys on my, what do you call it, on my community. Like I said earlier, this is a Christian program. So if you want to join, it's based on your own consent. Anyways, should I see you guys next time? Stay safe, stay positive. I'm praying for all my subscribers that God Almighty will bless you guys, will give you good health, long life, and prosperity, and all your desires will be met by the special grace of God. Okay, you guys mean a lot to me. You are a family, and I'm just praying for you that everything you lay your hands to do will prosper by the special grace of God, and you will have peace in your heart, peace in your mind. If you are going through any challenge, any problem, any difficulties, I want you to trust in God. Okay, don't give up your faith. Don't give up. Okay, the fight. Whatever is your challenge, whatever is your situation, just make sure you trust in God. God is the ultimate. Okay, if you believe in God, God is the ultimate, and He can do all things for every one of us. Till I see you next time, I hope you stay safe. I hope you stay healthy. I'm praying for you. Make sure you don't forget. I'm praying for all my subscribers that you will be great in life and your heart desires will be met. Much love and God bless you. Bye bye. Bye bye.